Hi everyone, my name is Evan and welcome to Psalm a Day. I'm one of the ministers at St Mary's Anglican Church, and today we are reading Psalm 65. If you haven't read the Psalm, please do that beforehand so you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to read it, I'm just going to dive straight in. When we read the Psalm, we see the first thing that the psalmist praises God for is for the forgiveness of sins. Now, for me, this is a topic where I think, actually we could talk about this a little bit more in our day, our age, I suppose, because first of all, saying that our sins are forgiven means admitting that we are sinful in the first place, but also I think we tend to, and especially as Australians, downplay how sinful we are. So the psalmist begins like this: Praise awaits you, O God, in Zion. To you our vows will be fulfilled. O you who hear prayer, to you all men will come. When we were overwhelmed by sin, you forgave our transgressions. That's why the psalmist praises God in this psalm. The person has been overwhelmed with guilt, or maybe they've been presented with the sinfulness in their lives, and they've come to God and they've been forgiven for their sins, which is amazing. Amazing that the person who we've committed all those sins against, who we have offended countlessly day in, day out, would then turn around and forgive those. And by forgiving, from what we know further on in the Bible, send his son to die for those who betrayed him, that is God. That is awesome. But we don't have to be just on this side of the cross to recognize that. And that's what the rest of the psalm is all about. You see, the psalm talks about these awesome things that God does in the world. Why does he do that? Because he's comparing how great it is to have sins forgiven, or how great a deed it is to forgive sins, to all these other things that we see in nature. And we think those things are awesome, don't we? We think forming mountains is awesome. We think roaring seas are awesome. We think the dawn in the morning is awesome. We think that providing grain and food and the water which our plants need to thrive is awesome. But you know what? It's almost as awesome as having your sin forgiven. That's even bigger a deal. And the psalmist praises God because that's who God is. He's a forgiver of sins, and he's a tender of his world. These things are great. Calming storms are great. Forming mountains are great. Filling the earth with edible food for us and for his creation is great. But what's even greater? Forgiving sin. Just let that sink in. Forgiving sin is even greater. And so, what sin do you need to have forgiven? Have you asked for forgiveness for your sin? And what sin do you need to put aside so that you can continue living for this awesome Creator? Grace and peace to you.